Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to our channel, where we unravel the latest, most dramatic storylines from the bold and the beautiful. Today, we bring you a thrilling tale of passion, deception, and danger, centered around Luna, Will, Electra, and Bill. Get ready for a wild ride of obsession, betrayal, and desperate choices. If you love complex relationships and high-stakes drama, this is an episode you cannot miss. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive deep into this intense, unforgettable chapter of the bold and the beautiful. Luna had been living secretly at Bill's mansion for quite some time. Bill had hidden her there for reasons known only to himself, warning her to remain invisible. No one could know she was staying under his roof, and he made it clear that her safety depended on staying out of sight. But as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, Luna's hidden world became anything but silent. From the shadows, Luna became an unwilling witness to the life of Bill's son, Will, and his girlfriend, Electra. She overheard their conversations, saw their tender moments, and felt their connection. She hadn't meant to listen, but living unseen in the same house made it impossible not to. Will's voice, his laughter, and even his moments of frustration began to fill the emptiness of her isolation. The more she heard, the more she felt she knew him. Not just on the surface, but his heart, his dreams, and his struggles. And somewhere along the way, something unexpected happened. Luna fell for him. She hadn't planned it. She hadn't wanted it. But Will's sincerity, his loyalty, and his steadfast nature drew her in. He was everything she admired in a man. Honest, protective, and genuine. Every time she listened to him talk about his passions, his family, or his vision for the future, she felt her heart pull closer. A thought crept into her mind. What if Will were mine? At first, Luna tried to fight these feelings. She reminded herself that Will was with Electra, that she was only a shadow in his life, unseen and unknown. But the heart rarely listens to reason. As days passed, her longing only grew stronger. She began to imagine herself by his side, sharing his joys, comforting him in his struggles. The fantasy became so vivid that it felt almost real, But fantasies were not enough. She wanted more, needed more. The problem was Electra. Luna had watched Electra too, watched how she walked into a room always commanding attention. She was elegant, confident, and loved by Will. And Luna hated her for it. She hated every smile Electra gave him, every touch, every kiss. But it wasn't just jealousy, it was something deeper. Luna knew she could love Will better. She understood him in ways Electra never could. If only she had a chance to show him. But how? Bill's orders were clear. No one could know she was there. Stepping out of the shadows meant risking everything. Yet, the desire to be close to Will burned too brightly to ignore. She couldn't just sit and watch from a distance anymore. She had to act. And then the idea came to her. Plan. Dangerous, but perfect. Luna would disguise herself as a new maid in the mansion. With Bill's staff frequently changing, no one would question a new face. She could get close to Will without revealing her true identity. And in time, she would make him see her. Not just as a servant, but as a woman who truly loved him. The very next day, Luna transformed herself. She dyed her hair a darker shade, wore plain, unassuming clothes, and adopted a softer voice. She introduced herself to the household staff under a false name. The other workers welcomed her without suspicion. And just like that, Luna slipped into her new role. Her heart pounded when she served Will his morning coffee for the first time. His eyes barely flicked to her. A polite thank you. Nothing more. But Luna felt the rush of being near him. Each small interaction was a step closer to her dream. Days turned into weeks. Luna became a part of Will's daily life, quietly, subtly, but steadily. She learned his habits, how he liked his coffee, which books he read late into the night, and the way his expression softened when he spoke about his dreams. She listened, observed, and carefully, ever so carefully, became indispensable. She would be there when he needed a hand, a conversation, or simply someone who understood him. And it started to work. Will began to notice her. He found himself lingering a little longer in conversations with her, appreciating her kindness, her attentiveness. There was something about her, a warmth, a familiarity he couldn't explain, and slowly a bond began to form. But Luna wasn't satisfied with just his attention. She wanted his heart. Yet there was one thing in her way, Electra. Electra wasn't blind. She saw the subtle shift in Will. She felt the distance creeping into their relationship. And her instincts told her that the new maid had something to do with it. Electra wasn't one to tolerate threats, even if they wore a servant's uniform. She began to watch Luna closely, sensing something off. Luna, in turn, felt Electra's eyes on her. The tension between them thickened with each passing day. It was only a matter of time before Electra uncovered her secret. Luna's heart pounded with fear, but also with resolve. Because Luna had made a decision. Electra had to disappear. It wasn't just jealousy, it was survival. As long as Electra was in Will's life, Luna would always be an outsider, a shadow. Without Electra, Will would be free to love her. She told herself it was fate. Will deserved to be with someone who truly loved him, and she deserved her chance at happiness. So Luna began to plan. She studied Electra's routines, her patterns, and her vulnerabilities. She considered every detail. An accident, something tragic but believable. Something that would leave no trace of Luna's involvement. But what Luna didn't know was that Bill was watching. Bill, with his sharp instincts and years of experience, had felt something was wrong from the start. He trusted his staff, but there was something familiar about the new maid. Something in her voice, in her eyes. He had dismissed it at first, but the growing tension between Electra, Will, and the maid stirred his suspicions. So he dug deeper, and then he discovered the truth. Luna. His fury was immediate. She had disobeyed him, broken his trust. But his anger quickly turned to alarm when he realized what Luna was planning. He saw the darkness in her eyes, the lengths to which she was willing to go. She was on the brink of something terrible, something that could destroy them all. Bill had to stop her. But how? If he confronted her directly, she might act impulsively. And worse, if Will discovered everything at once, the fallout could be catastrophic. The tension reached its breaking point when Electra, growing more suspicious by the day, confronted Luna directly. Alone in the grand hall, the air crackled with hostility. "Who are you?" Electra demanded, her voice cold and sharp. Luna's pulse pounded. "I'm no one, just the help." But Electra's eyes narrowed. "No, you're more than that, and I'm going to find out what you're hiding." The confrontation shattered the fragile balance. Luna realized she was out of time. But before she could act, "Stop!" Bill's voice boomed through the room, cutting the tension like a blade. Both women turned, stunned to see him. His eyes blazed with authority, and with something else, knowing. "Luna!" He spoke her name, and the mask fell from her face. The room froze, the truth laid bare in silence. Will entered then, his face confused, and then shocked, as he saw Luna. "Luna? What's going on?" Luna's heart broke at the hurt in his voice. Bill's voice, hard but steady, filled the room. "She was going to hurt Electra, because she wanted you, Will." The world seemed to stop. Will's voice, raw and disbelieving, cut through the air. Luna, is that true? Tears filled Luna's eyes. Will, I love you. I never wanted to hurt you, but I couldn't lose you. His face, a storm of emotions. Shock, sadness, betrayal. But you never had me this way. Luna broke, her mask shattered into raw vulnerability. She had risked everything, and lost it all. Bill, though firm, softened his voice. You need help, Luna, and I won't let you destroy yourself or anyone else. The room, heavy with heartbreak, fell into silence. Luna, realizing the depth of her fall, collapsed into tears. Will, shaken but resolute, turned away. Electra, though furious, felt a flicker of pity. And Bill, the protector, stood guard over the wreckage of a love twisted by obsession. What a whirlwind, dear viewers. Luna's obsession drove her to the edge, but in the end, truth and love could not be won through deceit and destruction. What will become of Luna now? Can Will and Electra move forward from this betrayal? And how will Bill handle the aftermath of his protective instincts colliding with Luna's dangerous love? This chapter of The Bold and the Beautiful has left us breathless, and we know you're as hooked as we are. So, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the drama, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more epic breakdowns, twists, and turns. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think should happen next? Until next time, stay bold, stay beautiful, and we'll see you again soon.